Ladies and gentlemen, it is now official. Bernie Sanders is now leading in both Iowa and New Hampshire, and he is rapidly closing in on Hillary Clinton nationally. In an NBC/Marist poll conducted of 356 registered Democratic Party voters from August 26th to September 2nd, 49% of people polled said they would support my boy Bernie Sanders, compared to just 38% of people polled supporting Hillary Clinton. An 11-point lead for Bernie Sanders. In a CBS/YouGov poll of 548 likely voters conducted from September 3rd to September 10th, Bernie Sanders got the support of 52% of those polled, compared to just 30% for Hillary Clinton. A 22-point lead for Bernie Sanders. In Iowa, Bernie Sanders has come from behind and has started to take over. In a Quinnipiac poll of 832 likely voters conducted from August 27th to August 8th, Bernie Sanders got 41% of support compared to Hillary's 40%. A 1-point lead, but this is up 20 points compared to a Quinnipiac poll done towards the end of June. 20 points in just 2 months. But Bernie's lead is even larger when you look at this next poll. In a CBS/YouGov poll of 646 likely voters conducted from September 3rd to September 10th, Bernie got 43% support from those polled, 10 points above Hillary, who is sitting at 33%. A 10-point lead in Iowa for Bernie Sanders. He is now leading in both Iowa and New Hampshire, leading in two very important states for this Democratic Party primary. Granted, a lot can happen between now and the 5 months standing between here and the Democratic Party primaries. We understand that. A lot can happen between now and then. But there are no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? If Bernie Sanders wins both Iowa and New Hampshire, his path to the Democratic Party nomination, it becomes paved right there for him. Because the press coverage that would be surrounding Bernie Sanders, if he pulled that off, and it's looking increasingly like he will, the press coverage that would be surrounding him would be monumental. It would be a political phenomenon that is rarely seen here in U.S. politics, where the purely anti-establishment candidate beats the firmly corrupt establishment candidate. The aura of inevitability that would be surrounding Hillary Clinton, and is surrounding Hillary Clinton, it would fly right out of the window. And the media would be forced to start taking Bernie Sanders seriously, to stop covering him in this derisive manner and start covering him like the principled and legitimate candidate that he is. And once that media attention starts flocking his way, the voters will come as well, because his policy positions will be heard around the country. And since his ideas actually resonate with the American people will be attracted to Bernie Sanders. That's simple. And the attention of the country will also more directly come to Bernie Sanders through these 6 official Democratic Party debates, because millions upon millions of the American people will obviously be watching. This is why Bernie Sanders, Martin O'Malley, and of course diehard Bernie supporters like me, we were really pissed off, and I'm still pissed when this Democratic Party debate schedule was released, because we found out that there was going to be such a huge decline in the number of debates, and the debates were going to be held much later. In these debates, they are opportunities to nationally broadcast your message to millions upon millions of people. That's an opportunity that you should be maximizing, not minimizing. So it seems ridiculous to cut down on the number of debates drastically. But yet, through this limited but still existent debates, and of course the attention that comes through his mega rallies and winning those first 2 states, and it's looking like he will, Bernie can use all of that attention to keep getting his message out there. And once the people hear these common sense ideas that Bernie has, tuition-free college, single-payer health care, rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure, and paying for all this by making the ultra-rich and huge corporations pay their fair share, once people hear those logical proposals that work in the real world, they will start supporting Bernie Sanders. Now, one more point I wanted to make on this. Bernie Sanders right now is certainly struggling to connect with black voters. That's just a fact. Despite all of the attempts that he has made, releasing a criminal justice platform that has actually been commended and praised by the leading members of the Black Lives Matter movement, and he's been campaigning with Cornel West. Despite his attempts to connect with black voters, still about 2/3 of black voters do not know enough about Bernie Sanders to have an opinion on him. And this is according to current polling. This is a legitimate struggle that Bernie Sanders has, absolutely. But understand this, okay? If Bernie Sanders wins Iowa and New Hampshire, and it is starting to look like it will shape up that way, if he wins those two states, through all the attention that he will receive, I can guarantee you the vast majority of black people will know enough about Bernie Sanders to have an opinion on him. And those opinions will be overwhelmingly positive because they will realize that Bernie Sanders' opinions actually work in the real world. Single-payer health care, tuition-free college, rebuilding our infrastructure, raising taxes on the rich and corporations. They work across the world. They worked here for years and years and years, and they continue to work here in America. They will realize that, and they will start flocking to Bernie Sanders just like the rest of us. But he has to get his message out there. And if he wins those two states, the attention that will come his way will certainly help. So you know what, guys? The results are in. The Bernie Sanders surge is for real. And if anybody tells you differently, please refer them to this video.